So Israel admitted that it is arming and protecting ISIS gangs in Gaza to steal aid and to attack civilians and to attack Hamas. This is something that maybe I made a video on. I definitely posted about it a few months ago. And now Israel has just confirmed it openly. They don't really care anymore. So the background here is that Israel founded something called the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, the GHF, and they hired like a bunch of American mercenaries to basically run like aid traps. You know, they're trying to replace like the international aid distribution agencies and stuff by basically forming their own organization, which is distributing aid through free and tire points in all of the Gaza Strip for 2 million people, with the aim of basically forcing Palestinians into those free areas from which they can then be easily deported or killed when they finally try to finish the genocide. And related to that is the fact that to try to hamper non-Israel-led aid distribution efforts, and in order to do like false flags, which they can then blame on Hamas, Israel has been funding and arming and protecting a group of ISIS bandits who steal aid and stuff on behalf of Israel. So this all began last week when a former Israeli defense minister, Avigdor Lieberman, accused Netanyahu of arming criminal gangs in Gaza, and Netanyahu didn't deny this. Netanyahu was asked specifically, are you doing this? Are you arming criminal gangs to steal aid in Gaza and to massacre people? Like former ISIS affiliates to massacre people. And Netanyahu's response was, Israel is working to defeat Hamas through various means. That was his response. He did not deny it. That is an acknowledgement. Even the fucking, his co-genocide heirs, like Yair Lapid, the opposition leader, has acknowledged this. And he's saying, he himself criticized Netanyahu, saying that Netanyahu is giving weapons to organizations close to ISIS in Gaza all off the cuff. So Israel, absolutely without any sort of means to dispute what is happening here, funding armed criminal gangs. They are arming them, they are giving them weapons, they are directing their operations. This is something that has been known for a long time. There's been reports coming out for at least 6 months now of humanitarian aid shipments being ambushed by random armed people who aren't Hamas and no one knows who they are, while the IDF just sits by. And then when when Hamas shows up to fight them to try and distribute the aid, the IDF attacks Hamas alongside the bandits. So it's been very clear what's been going on here for a long time. So yeah, Israel is teaming up with ISIS, who curiously, by the way, have never attacked Israel nor anything Israeli, yet seem to exclusively target Israel's enemies. Isn't that weird? They're teaming up with ISIS yet again to assist them in the Gaza genocide, while also creating like these little so-called humanitarian aid concentration camps. There was a drone photo from a couple of weeks ago showing one of these aid distribution points that Israel and the US have set up in Gaza, manned by American mercenaries. This is clearly preparation for ethnic cleansing / mass killing, obviously. But guess who supports this enthusiastically? Guess who's a big fan of this? You won't believe number one. There's going to be a list of them. A list of 2. And if it's not clear, they have already massacred people at these aid distribution sites like 10 fucking times now. So it's clear what the point of them is. So here is everyone's best friend, Ethan Klein, openly endorsing this ethnic cleansing / massacre operation defended by US mercenaries and ISIS bandits, the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, the GHF. Now this ISIS-linked operation claim that they have been, that Hamas has threatened their operations. Good on them if they did. And Ethan Klein displayed his solidarity with the ethnic cleansing / genocide foundation founded by Israel and the US in order to weaponize so-called humanitarian aid and keep it out of the hands of people in Gaza. So, I mean, this guy posts stuff like this, and then 2 seconds later he's like, oh yeah, where have I ever defended genocide? Well, here is you, literally expressing your support for fucking Israel's pretend aid organization that they founded in order to herd Palestinians into places where they can be massacred freely. It's the whole point of it. This is what you're supporting. But significantly worse than that is that fucking Ahmed Fouad Alkhatib, H3's new favorite token Palestinian, is like a pioneer at supporting these ISIS aid theft bandit gangs. He has been supporting them from the first second that anyone knew who they were. He was already backing them. And when I couldn't believe it. Like, here is Ahmed Fouad Alkhatib just fucking posting about how much he loves the ISIS gang, the ISIS aid looting gang, which he openly acknowledges is an ISIS aid looting gang. He says, in an interesting twist, the group headed by Yasser Abu Shabab, a notorious gangster and the leader of organized looting, has released his first public video. And he says the popular forces to combat he just takes them at their word. They are the popular forces to combat terrorism. And they say that they're establishing a stronghold in eastern Rafah under the watch of the Israeli military to allow for the return of civilians from the southern city to camps that the forces have built. He's literally establishing, helping the Israelis to establish concentration camps. And Ahmed Fouad Alkhatib is like, I like that. Like the way that he writes it, this is so obviously written by ChatGPT, by the way. This is a significant development on numerous fronts, pointing to the evolution of this Klansman into a potential challenger for Hamas dominion over southern Gaza. He may be a successful example of what the Israeli military and government had long hoped for, which is the emergence of a local force that can challenge Hamas and administer territory at least temporarily, pending the end of the war. So he's like, this is exactly what Israel doing genocide hoped for. Fuck yes. And then he's like, what about the Palestinians? What do they think about this? You know, this guy who claims to be a Palestinian, who represents what Palestinians think. Well, he says, on the other hand, Abu Shabab is deeply loathed by Palestinian society, who view him and his comrades as Israeli collaborators doing the bidding of the IDF. He's like, you know, this is good because he's doing what the IDF wants. I'm saying this is a Palestinian, and what the IDF wants, that's what's good. It's just such a shame that, you know, all the actual Palestinians who live there think otherwise. If only they weren't so stupid and irrational and accepted the benevolent help of the people genociding them. He literally then goes on to say that he has long advocated for something like this to be brought to Gaza. He thinks the only problem with the IDF arming fucking ISIS gangs in Gaza to massacre people and to steal aid, his main problem with it is that Palestinians view them as collaborators with the IDF. He thinks that it's good aside from that one little small hurdle. Ahmed Fouad Alkhatib, everyone, the pro-Palestine advocate Ahmed Fouad Alkhatib. So yeah, the usual suspects, the usual pro-Palestinian Zionists are just openly supporting Israel-backed ISIS affiliate aid looting gangs. The people who are against terrorism suddenly fucking love ISIS terrorism, don't they? They sure love Israeli terrorism in general, especially when it's through ISIS.